Congratulations. I am so happy for you that you have just had your baby or you're about to. And you're wondering, what can I do to really start my baby off on a good foot when it comes to sleep? I have got 3 things for you that you can do right away with your baby that are going to make a massive difference. These are crucial pieces that are going to be game changers when it comes to a newborn sleep, so we don't end up with these long stretches of screaming, feeling absolutely exhausted, or baby starting out trying to navigate the world overtired and dysregulated. If you're pregnant, don't worry, your baby is going to have a great entry if you're able to apply these 3 things. They are 3 things that we start off in our Nurturing Newborn Sleep course, and this is where we just build a foundation week after week after week through 14 weeks so that you're able to build a healthy foundation of sleep with your baby, so you never actually need to fully sleep train. It means that your baby is able to feel confident and safe in sleep. So let's dive in, because we don't want to leave our babies just to cry it out and figure it out, whether they're newborns, older babies, or toddlers. So let's start how we mean to end, with regulation, care, and a parent-present approach. So first thing, when your baby comes out, snuggles, skin to skin, let's embrace it all. The first thing that is going to happen is we want to make sure everything is medically sound, and once that's sorted, in terms of sleep, the first thing that's going to happen is called a recovery sleep. This is a big, long stretch of sleep. You're going to notice in the hospital, or if you have a home delivery, that they sleep for a big extended period of time. Unless there is a medical reason not to, this period of sleep is so crucial for your baby to recover. This is going to help their nervous system, their body, their brain, their emotions, your body, your brain, everything kind of have a bit of a reset. So let's embrace this recovery sleep. Allow them to have that few hours sleep, because after this, they're really going to cluster feed to bring in your milk. Obviously, feeding is number 1 in the first couple of weeks of life, because we need to make sure that they are getting nourished. And so if you're having trouble feeding, absolutely prioritize that, making sure they're gaining weight, listening to your pediatrician, your lactation consultants. If they're all good to go, embrace that recovery sleep. You have sleep during that recovery sleep too, because they are going to be cluster feeding, and that requires your attention after that time as well. So this is not the time to be having visitors. Wait till you had that recovery sleep. The second thing that we want to do to make sure that your baby has really great sleep is to avoid overtiredness. Babies have no idea what the feeling of tiredness could ever be in their body. And therefore, they're going to struggle when they feel it and they're like, I don't know what this means. And this is your job as a parent to teach them, what does hungry mean? What does tired mean? What does dysregulated mean? What does overwhelmed mean? All of those feelings. So keep their awake times to about 40 to 55 minutes, making sure that they're much shorter than you would actually think that they need. This allows your baby to get sleep once again. And yes, it might feel like you're just waking up, changing their diaper, feeding them, and putting them back down. However, they really can't be awake all that long. When they're awake much too long, what happens is that they become overtired. This then will mean that they are unable to go back to sleep easy, and it will mean more night wakings, shorter naps, a harder time overall. Now this third thing, it is going to be such a game changer. You want to make sure that you're doing this. Now I want to preface this. This is very helpful, but I want to make sure that you're doing all of this in conjunction with whatever you're doing in Nurturing Newborn Sleep, right? Because we're laying these foundations step by step by step. So if you don't have it, make sure you click on the link below. So this third thing that we are going to do is we want to practice shoulders back. Your baby has been scrunched up in a ball for 9 months. When we want to practice safe sleep, we say that we're putting them on our backs. Yes, on their backs. And we're like, yes, this is the safest place for them to sleep. Absolutely. However, is this a completely new sensation to them? Yes. And so it can be really hard. So practice them rolling their shoulders back. Have them napping on your chest. That skin to skin is really, really great, whether they're curled in or if we're able to have some time where they're on your knees with their shoulders back a little bit, or maybe they're on your chest turned outwards. Let's have small moments where we are practicing having their shoulders back, having their back a little bit flatter so that they understand what that feels like. Imagine if you have been in one position all of your life and all of your understanding, and then someone puts you into a different position. Even your muscles are going to need to take a minute to acknowledge what's happening here. And it might feel uncomfortable. And so this is where we can use other things like patting, humming, stroking, skin to skin, all of those things, milk, to help regulate them as they experience these new big moments. I also want you to know that it's totally healthy for you to want all of those cuddle naps. That is really good. And we also want to have those moments where we're popping them down. And you're going to notice, I've got a video right here of a newborn who is 1 day old, that they are sleeping and they are adjusting their face. You think they're about to wake up, and they're actually not. They're transitioning in something called REM sleep, and this is rapid eye movement sleep. And so they're going to move around a lot in their sleep. And so practicing having those shoulders back and allowing them to kind of transition and flow with what their body is doing while you're there is one of the biggest keys for them to have successful sleep.
Have people in your life been telling you, you'll never sleep again? Are you starting to stress about how life is going to change with a baby or adding an additional baby? I've been there. And mama, it's time to cheers your new best friend, Little Wink Sleep. Our Nurturing Newborns program gently and gradually lays the foundation for sleep in a way that you're able to manage and understand. We use a science-based approach that fosters healthy attachment. You'll be able to let go of the stress of newborn sleep and enjoy this stage, knowing your baby is set up with the right skills. Nurturing Newborn Sleep includes all our insider coaching strategies, taking you step by step, troubleshooting along the way, as well as